Hearing. Start out with the district information. Have anything you want to say?
No, I'm recommending that we exceed revenue neutral this year to make sure we can pay for our increased expenses, special education, the raises given our staff, property insurance, our declining enrollment, and our revenue loss. I just want to make sure we're responsible. However, we're not exceeding it by much, just a little bit. So I don't feel that this is going to be a huge burden on our taxpayers. I'm trying to be responsible and thinking about the district as well as our taxpayers and balance both those needs as well. So if you guys have questions about R&R, please ask. I'm here. Got Kaylee here too. She's our captain on the job, so she can help answer any questions you guys might have. She's the number cruncher.
Did our mills remain level?
Our mills are down.
So we're down on
Yep,
that.
yep, our mills are down. So I like to think about mills into like thinking about mill levy neutral versus revenue neutral. The revenue neutral means you're bringing in the exact same amount of dollars as you were the year before. Your mill levy means your actual mill rate is staying the same, and we are below that from what we were at last year. We've actually gone down 2 years now. Last year we were below revenue neutral, $60,000 less than neutral than the year before. So I think we're in a pretty good place. I think we're making a really good downward trend. I think we've been really responsible. The first year I came in, things were up. We got hit with a bunch of things at one time. We've tried to, absorb places, especially with declining enrollment affecting our revenue every year, making decisions about personnel and being more efficient in other areas. We've looked at a lot of contracts, things like that, to just find places that we can cut without, I don't want to dig too much into the details of programs, but make sure our kids still have programs, still have opportunities, and we're still doing what we need to do to teach kids. But as our numbers go down, those are things we look at, especially with personnel, since that's where we spend most of our money. So, but you can only cut so many people when you're still operating at the same capacity that we have for a long time. So that is my recommendation. You guys will have to do a roll call vote on it, but we can talk about questions, or anybody here has questions?
Questions
You
on
guys can ask
before I open
questions as
up to
well.
public? Board questions? Any public comments, questions? You fellas in the back row, any questions?
Did your teacher talk to you about
We'll sign
revenue
it
neutral
for-
and budget, school budget, and?
We'll tell Mr. Staub he was here if he asks us, so. Are we comfortable to move forward?
Yep, okay.
Everybody? Okay. All right, well, that will bring us to adoption of revenue neutral. This is a roll call vote. So a yes vote says, yes, we will exceed revenue neutral. A no says we will not exceed, correct?
Right.
Amy? Okay.
Yes. Yes, so I'll call everyone's name and I'll just start with Amy. So Amy, and then just reply yes or no. So,
Yes.
Stephanie,
Yes.
Justin,
Yes or no? I thought that's, yes, sorry, that was me.
Tanner,
Yes.
It was me.
Kylie,
Yes.
Michelle,
Yes.
Jamie.
Yes.
Okay, the motion passes.
Okay, we'll explain it a little better for some of our board members next year.
Thank you.
All right, so our revenue neutral rate hearing is now adjourned at 6:04, so we will take a 6-minute break and open our budget hearing at 6:10.
Bathroom break.
Thank you.
I just looked at you.
She can throw.
Okay, 6:10.
What's going on here?
Everyone, 6:10, we are now gonna open our budget hearing. Once again, we'll start off with district information, and we have Katie here to answer any questions.
Like I told you before, we have prepared what I believe is a very responsible budget considering some increases we're having with special education, the raises we gave, property insurance, our food service increase, and then the adjustments we've made with our expenses and tried to reduce quite a few expenses that we've had over the years. We have also reduced staffing to meet the needs of declining enrollment. And I feel like what we've proposed is very responsible. We've changed a few things in the budget, a few line items where we're trying to take supplies out of one area more than the other and really just kind of clean up some of the lines. There's so many lines in that budget. I know you guys go through them and you're like, why are there 75 lines for learning services and salaries? It's because you can take things out of different funds based on where you get your revenue in and when you get your revenue in. So we try to allocate different lines out of different funds throughout the school year, and then we'll change. So if we're taking salaries out of 06 and we get to a place when Kaylee's like, nope, let's start taking these out of 08, or we put administrators in this line and we put teachers in this line. So it is complicated to read. It's mighty big and there's a lot of codes in it. So if you have any specific line item questions, Kaylee enters all the numbers for us. She goes through the budget software with us. We sat down with Greenbush, had them look it over. They spent a whole day here with us. They will then come mid-year to look at it again and give us some projections on where we're at and see if those are lining up with where we're at. And then we also bring it up to KSDE. KSDE gave us a great suggestion this year on our tax collection rate. So at the end of the fiscal year, we may not have collected all the taxes that we've levied due to delinquencies. So based on that, we don't always collect everything that we show in here, nor do we get all this money. This is just authority. If you don't have authority, then you have to republish your budget to have authority to spend those funds that you get. So, does that make sense? Okay. Kaylee? Anything you want to add?
Yep, like you said, I think we've been trying to tighten it up a little bit the last couple of years and just make it a little bit cleaner. So you will see things from last year to this year where you might see it on code 6 and this year there's a blank on it, but over on code 8 you see an increased number over there on the corresponding line. We're just trying to make sure that it's easy to follow, easy to read, and anybody in the community could look at it and say, oh, okay, I see that you spent $30,000 on electric last year and this year you're projecting to spend $45,000. Those are just examples.
Anything that jumped at you in there? Okay. Questions? Special education, we did have to transfer quite a bit of money at the end of the year, so there were required transfers so that we do start with some cash from last year that we transferred into certain funds to prepare for the year, so you don't start with $0 in a fund. We also don't get those disbursements all year long. We get them at certain increments throughout the year, so we have to make sure that we have cash in our account so that we can pay for things right off the bat when the school year starts. Our raises kicked in at the September payroll, so everybody got their 5% raise starting in the September paycheck. We got the paycheck, and then the benefits changed, supplementals changed, so all that is currently in effect. I think there's anything else. We're up about $18,000 from 2 years ago, so I think that's a pretty moderate increase over 2 years. Our tax collection rates range from 88 to 89% collection rate. Other considerations are, that we don't put in our budget necessarily. We try to find other forms of revenue. That's why we write grants, things like that we wouldn't be able to just bulk pay for certain things. So there's things that we want to do for kids that we try to be responsible and not take out of the general fund where we're paying people salaries. So we do our best to stay afloat, but also to be responsible and find, some other means to help us out. There's lots of great opportunities out there for rural districts like ourselves that don't have the luxury that some districts have, which is a lot more money, so.
Yes, okay. Any public comments, questions?
Diddy, what about you? Do you
Big
have
guy,
something you wanted
no.
to say?
I'm just here for government questions.
Did you get your name on the?
got paid
to be a
I'm waiting for the next break.
Honesty.
I heard some good stuff.
There you go.
No feedback.
He's impressed.
I heard an increase in money.
All right, well, since he's impressed, we just need to vote to approve the budget, correct?
Yeah.
We just adjourned.
No?
Just the hearing,
Oh,
we'll approve
just
it in the
oh, that's right.
regular
I'm
agenda.
sorry.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's okay.
And so, anything else?
Nope.
No? Okay, now this time, we will adjourn the budget hearing and we will call our regular meeting to order. Right? So, ordering and approval of agenda. Let's see, what do we have changes here? You have a 4.5 resignation and a 5.1 employment personnel,
That's right.
correct?
Yes.
Anybody else have anything they need to add?
Motion to approve is amended.
All right, we have a motion to approve as amended.
I'll second.
Second, all in favor? All right. That brings us to building needs assessment. Did everybody bring that with them?
Yeah, you should have a big old packet. You've had it for multiple months.
Yes.
So you guys we've brought it to 2 meetings now. There's lots of information in there. I do have all of our building principals here to answer questions if you have any questions about perspectives on any of those needs, additional needs that you guys might see that you feel are important for us to consider, or priorities in there that you really want us to tackle. I think we do a pretty good job with what we've got, but I know that there's always room for improvement, and I think that our budget is a great place for us to consider how we can meet some of these needs. I know money's not everything, but it sure does help to buy and pay for high quality staff, high quality programs, give our kids opportunities, and we have to do that responsibly, but when you're considering your budget and where our money is put, I think that we tackle a lot of these things in here with that money, and I think we're very responsible with making sure our kids are getting a good education at Santa Fe Trail. You guys have any comments about your needs assessments or clarifications or anything?
If I was able to update mine, I would put in there our new program that we were allowed to implement because we were able to get Allison Nelson full-time. So our specialist teachers are implementing IPS with our students. So like 3rd grade starts, we switch quarterly. Tasha actually brought me all this beautiful stuff today from KSDE, the update. So Ashley Falls, Stetson Roberts, Allison Nelson, and Stephanie Lynch are teaching that for us, and they get that from 2:30 to 3 o'clock. And they do like 5 days on, 5 days off, because they're kind of building the plane as they're flying it. But it's been really great. So that would be the only addition for this, that in regards to the IPS question.
And that highlighted one, the preschool stuff is in there with Overbrook, so you don't miss that that's in there too. You kind of put them under that building. Okay, and I just think we will need to approve. Do we need to make a motion on the assessments? Yes, okay.
I mean, I think the only thing, I guess, I'm sure it is, but just to be said out loud, I mean, the reconfiguration considerations, obviously, as
Excellent,
we look at this, right? I mean, so we're not making any
good point.
significant investments on something that may be changing or may not, we don't know, but I just, and I know we are, I just wanted to say that out loud,
Yeah, that's a good point, Justin.
so.
I'll make the motion.
Okay, you make a motion,
I'll second it.
Michelle has a second, all in favor? Okay, now, we are local option budget percentage adoption. You're recommending the 33%?
Yep.
LB. It's kind of what we do every year.
Yeah, we've done this for many years. All, you guys just have to, we sent it off in April, right? Yeah, I think we sent it off to the county in April, let them know that we are intending to stay at 33% max. So all you have to do is just vote to continue.
Make a motion to remain at 33% LOB.
All right, we have a motion.
I'll second.
Second, right over here. Okay, all in favor? All right. Budget adoption.
I'll make a motion to adopt the budget.
With.
Okay, a reasonable and responsible budget has been developed based on a needs assessment, state assessment review, and all other budgetary considerations for the 25-26 school year.
One more paragraph.
With, why did I do this?
That's okay,
With
that was all- that was
consideration
all
of
good
the
stuff to say.
presented building needs assessments and district state assessment information that were used in the budget development process, I motion that the 2025-26 USD 434 budget be adopted as presented.
Well done.
It was a very good motion.
Yeah.
By Michelle, by the
I'll
way.
second that motion.
Second,
Yeah.
all in favor? All right.
And the other few sentences were perfect to add.
Yep.
I like that.
That was good.
Just in case you
You
need
guys
to
pay
hear that.
attention, that's a good guy tonight. Okay, consent agenda. Any questions with consent agenda? Anything you wanna pull out separate?
Riley was human. Alright, I make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Okay, we have a motion,
I'll second it.
second, all in favor? Perfect. Personnel report. Hey, give me some time, 15 minutes, okay.
Mr. President, I was trying to think if I need to add. Mr. President, I move we go into executive session to discuss personnel employment pursuant to non-elected personnel exception under coma in the open meeting or Zoom in the boardroom at 6:38 with Faith Floyd present.
Okay, we have a motion,
I'll second it.
a second, all in favor? Fine.